Namaskaram yogis, welcome to my channel Yoga with Aghori. My name is Nagendra. In today's class, we're going to practice Yin Yoga. So Yin Yoga is all about focusing on those deep connective tissues and finding that edge. So we're going to hold the posture for around 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm not using any props for this class. Let's start the practice. Before we begin, please subscribe to my channel and write down few words. Let's start in a cross-legged position. Take your hands upon your thighs in chin mudra, your tips of the forefinger and thumb touching. Keeping your head, neck and spine in one line and gently close your eyes. Just bring your awareness on the breath. Follow your breathing pattern. Strike down every single thought. Just keep that full awareness, attention on the breath. Setting the intention for today's practice. Join your palms together in front of the chest. Slowly and gently open your eyes. Let's start the practice. So, we'll start with square posture. So you need to bring that left leg down in such a way it's like running parallel to that broader edge of the mat, and just place your right leg on the top of the left. One calves over the other, your shin bones are one over the other. You'll find that you'll find a nice equilateral triangle, a kind of triangle forming in between the legs. Now from here, what you need to do is just walk your hands forward slowly. You can rest your forearms down if you find you're not reaching the ground. This is fine. Or completely stretch your hands fully in front to stay. Just breathe. So you need to find your edge. If you find that you can't go this much, this is your maximum, just stay here. Try and rest your forearms down, whatever finds easy. Finding your edge and just staying there for a while and holding the posture. Make sure you're comfortable because we're going to stay longer into the postures. And just follow your breathing pattern. So every individual, every person, the edges might be different. This might be your edge, you might be comfortable over here only. You don't feel like you don't want to go more forward from here, you can stay here like this. Or else if you can go a little more deeper, can come here and rest. Staying that in that one zone of your flexibility and slowly moving in forward with that natural flexibility. If you stay in your zone of flexibility, and you find out that after a while you start to feel more comfortable into that pose, automatically body will allow its range of motion to be, slowly the body will have its range of motion improved, and you'll find it in another zone where you feel more comfortable and enjoying the stretch at the same time. I would say just try to be still and just observe the body, observe the breath. Keep breathing. Slight adjustments, you can make it. After a while, you feel that ranges. After a while, you feel that body has become more easy in the posture and can go a little more deeper into that pose. Can move a little forward from where you are, but still being comfortable. The stability and comfort should be there. Just breathe. I feel I can go a little more into this. Just to stay here like this. As you move forward and deeper into that other edge, you can call it as other edge. Now you have improved that range of motion. Your head changes as the time passes by. Just find that edge for yourself. Slowly moving back center. Inhale. Exhale. Now changing the legs, bringing your left leg over the top of the right, sliding that right leg below the left, keeping that both of the shins running parallel to that broader edge of the mat. Adjust accordingly. Inhaling, slowly moving forward. Rest your palms down. Try to go forward. You can here or can go a little more deeper to rest the forearms down. Can stay here. Find your breath. And try to make yourself comfortable making adjustments. Just breathe. Try to make yourself as still as possible. And just observe your body, observe your breath. And try to consciously feel that body part. You're feeling that stretch. So you might be feeling that nice touch on that outer hip, outer thigh. Try and consciously bring in oxygen to those body parts where you're feeling that stretch. So you can just increase the energy awareness. Wherever the awareness goes, and just start to move in that direction. Staying into the posture and finding that edge. Can go a little deeper into this. So everyone has a different edge. So flexible people might be able to go a little more deeper than even me. So you can just find that position where you feel you're comfortable and try to enjoy this. I feel like I want to move forward from here. Just breathe. Slowly moving back to the center, inhale and exhale to relax. Now from here, separating your legs wider, try and bring your foot soles together, sliding that heels close to your groins, and just walk your hands forward like this. You might be here, you can stay here like this, or try and rest your forearms on the floor to touch your forehead and stay here. Just stay. Try and feel that shift in energy in the body. The energy moves wherever the attention moves. With this, all of the energy that shifting is towards your hip joints. And just start to breathe in. You just need to find your edge. If you don't find your edge, you won't be able to stay longer into the practice. Just make yourself comfortable. Finding the edge makes you more comfortable, more stable into a posture. And from there, you can enjoy that stillness, that motionless into the posture. Just try to breathe. And after a while, you might feel comfortable in this. You can go a little more deeper into that posture. Patanjali Yoga Sutra says, Stharam Sakam, there should be a completive. There should be comfortability and stability in your posture. Just try to find that in every single pose. And when you are comfortable and stable, you can find that stillness also. Stillness into the posture will take you into a different dimension, into a different joy into the practice. Slowly moving back to the center, inhale, exhale. Now from here, stretching your right leg out completely, taking that left heel close to your buttocks, foot sole on the ground. So this right leg might externally tilt outward because of the disalignment happening. You need to just consciously feel that internal rotation in your hip joint, pointing that big toe inside. Try and grab that ankle or just rest your arm on the floor in front of the groins to just laterally stretch your body. You can stay here. Make sure there's tilt in the pelvic bone down the ground. There should not be a pelvic tilt should not be happening upwards. Just try and tilt your pelvic down the ground like this. Rest your arm down in front of the groins to raise your left hand. Stay. You can stay here just holding that ankle. Find your edge. Raise the arm over the head if you can. Or if you can't go down, this is fine. This is also fine. Make sure and this leg doesn't move in like this. It is just like that. It's not moving inward completely. Make sure there's a tilt more on the outer edge of that foot. That's it. If you feel you can go a little more with the heel more closer, Depends upon your how the level of flexibility you have, just how much of the flexibility level you have. You can move that left heel in or out towards the buttock to go down. Stay. Consciously just tilting in the pelvic down the ground. Stay. If you feel this is harder, just loosen the legs to stay and breathe and enjoy them. Deep breaths. You might feel easy. Slowly and gently you'll feel that there's ease into the posture. You can pass in from your edge to another edge, to another edge. Stay. Just breathe. Slowly moving back to the center, inhale to exhale. Now from here, this leg, bend your left knee to keep your shin on the ground, top of the foot resting on the floor. Your bums are resting on the ground, and try not to use the angle between the legs. And just try to tilt your pubic bone down the ground to move the hands forward. Stay. You can stay here like this, to whatever feel comfortable. Once again, that inward tilt in the leg should be there. It should not be moving out completely. Just that consciously, you're not engaging the muscles, but yeah, there's some awareness that is moving in that leg inside. And just stay here to breathe and enjoy the breath. Stay. Just long, deep breaths. Try to follow the breathing pattern and try to be still in your posture. If you can go a little more deeper, try to stay there. Just breathe. Slowly back to the center, inhaling. Now from here, stretching the left leg out. In the same way, we're going to do the opposite side. Bend your right knee in the joint, heel closer. Make sure there's a tilt more on the outside edge of the right foot so that it doesn't move inward like this. Rest your arms in front of that groins to raise your right hand up. Stay here. You can stay here and or can go a little more deeper to reach in your foot. Stay or rest the hand over the head. Just make yourself comfortable. Breathe. Stay here. Long deep breaths, inhale and exhale. Let the shoulder rest completely on the thigh, that's fine. Or you can rest it down on the ground, that would be really great. Just make yourself comfortable, find your edge. And from there, you can just move in more deeper as the time passes by. You'll find new edge for you. You can move in there and stay comfortable, stable. Just try to breathe more and more. Slowly inhaling back to the center. Now from here, bend your right knee at the joint, resting that top of the foot next to the bums. Make sure bums are resting on the ground. Optimize the angle between the legs. Rest your forearms on the floor in front, or you can just, if you're not able to reach it down, just keep your palms down. Keep your palms on the floor like this to tilt the pubic bone down the ground, forming a nice concave over the back to tilt the pubic down. You can stay here like this and enjoy the breath, or can you just go a little more down to stay. I feel like I can stay here. Just try to breathe. Feel all of that energy, sensations moving into that hip joint. Try to be stable. Inhale and exhale. Slowly inhaling, moving back to the center. To stretch your right leg outside completely, extend your leg completely out. Now from here, take a long deep breath, inhale, walk your hands down forward on the mat. Like this, you can stay here once again, or can stay here like this. Make sure you're tilting that pubic bone down the ground. Rest the forearms on the ground, or the palms. Just breathe. Make sure there's an inward tilt in your toes and there's an internal rotation happening in your thighs from that hip joint. Staying here or here, find your edge and stay. Make yourself comfortable. Try to breathe in and out. And if you can go a little more deeper, you can stay here like this. So from person to person, that edge varies depending upon the level of flexibility of the person.
Just breathe. Long deep breaths. This is one of my favorite postures. I can stay in this for hours even. So you might be having that posture which you love the most. If someone asks you, you can stay there for like hours. So this is one of my favorite postures. It really connects within. It really connects and helps you to connect. Brings you more internal. Inhale to exhale. As the time passes by, try and find the new edges for yourself. That one thing should be important is important to keep that connect with the breath to make yourself more comfortable and stable. Just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Slowly moving back center, inhale to exhale. Now from here, just come on one side of the mat. Come on your knees. Now slowly from here, tuck in your toes. Sit back on your heels. To step your right leg forward, keeping the left knee down. So this is going to be a position. You can keep the heel underneath the perineum or over the left buttock. You can stay here. Take the hand support to give that nice toe stretch. You can just pressurize as much as you can. You will feel more on those toes. Try to keep the weight back, but otherwise keep the weight forward. Stay here. Just breathe. If feels it's hurting, you can cross in and bring it inside of the groins. And keep the weight forward. You'll feel less of the pressure over your toes if you keep the weight forward. And if you feel comfortable, you can go down, try to keep the weight backward, press your toes more so that you can feel that nice stretch in your toes. Just breathe. Slowly moving from here, change it. Taking your right leg backward, shift the left leg front. Left foot flat once again, keeping the right heel below the right palm. Depending upon how much you want to take the weight over the toes, you can press in the toes, keep the weight more backward, try to press your toes into the ground, or just keep the weight forward. Just breathe. Or cross in your heel on the perineum. Keep the heel just below the perineum. Stay. Long deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Make sure the pressure is over all the toes, not just over the big toes. Try to keep your toes in such a way that you feel pressure over all the toes. Stay here, take a few breaths. Bring your hands down, slowly shifting that left leg backward. Uncurl your toes to sit back over your heels. Now from here, you can just separate your knees wider. Slide yourself a little forward on the mat to separate your knees wider. Your hips are resting over the heels. Lean on one side. Just your rest your arms over the floor. Stay. I don't want you to guys to go completely down. You can stay here. With a nice quad stretch. Stay. Big toes touching. Heels apart. Heels are resting over the bums. Stay here. Just let that breath work in. And if you feel you can go a little more deeper, can come down completely on the floor. This is my age. I feel like I can be here. You can just completely flatten yourself down on the floor. Just breathe. Still my heels are slightly out of my buttocks. My buttocks is like hooking in between the heels. My big toes are touching each other. Just try to breathe into this posture. Just try to be still. Allow being still. Allow being in that motionless state of body. That is where you connect with your breath. That is where you connect with yourself. That is where you go more internal, more inside. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly from here, lean on one side, come up, sit on it, please. Stretch your body into a child's posture, extending your hands in front. Just stay. You can keep your knees together or wider, whatever feels easy. I'm trying to keep my knees together. Rest the forehead down on the ground. Take your hands next to your thighs, palm facing roof. Just stay. Inhale, exhale. Breathe. Inhale, lifting the head and chest up. Now slowly from here, come on your belly, come completely flat on your stomach. Bring your left arm in front, palm facing downwards. Kick your heel into the bum and try and press your toes towards the ground like this, towards the floor. If you can't flex your fingers inside, you can just hook that arm, hook that toes into that elbow crease and try to press your toes. This also works. This also works. So you can just point your fingers down and try to press it down. Or if you find it harder, just try to press it this way. Whatever you find just easy for you. Stay. Nice. Just breathe. Inhale and exhale. Stay here for a while. Long deep breath. Just enjoying that motionless stillness and breathing in, feeding in the body with that awareness, bringing the mind into those stretched part of the body and just feeding in those parts, bringing in oxygen to those body parts and just enjoying that state of stillness, motionless. Just breathe. Releasing in from there. Take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. Same way, following the opposite side, resting your right forearm on the floor, kick your heel into the bum. You can just hook in your toes into that elbow crease, try to press the toes down towards the ground, or flex your fingers front to point your toes towards the floor, or just hold it to press it down. Just need to press it down towards the ground in whatever way you can. Inhale to exhale. Stay. Make sure you're pressing it out of that glutes. Your heel is sliding out to press your toes down on the ground. Stay here. Inhale and exhale. I think I'm instructing less, enjoying more, less cues. I think I'm instructing less, enjoying the practice more, observing the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Just breathe. Just breathe. Slowly releasing. Bring your hands down. Take a long deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck in your toes. Lift the knees up, hips up. Press your heels into the ground into a downward facing. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in. Slowly from here and drop your knees down. Walk your hands forward into that heart melting posture, Anathatasana. Try and rest your forehead down on the ground or the chest chin down, whatever finds easy for you. Just stay. Just breathe, working on those strap muscles, upper back. Just stay here to breathe and enjoy. Make adjustments accordingly. Find your edge. Make yourself comfortable. Slowly from here, taking the hand support, bring your hands backward, lift the chest up. Come back center, inhale and exhale. Now from here, sit back over your heels, stretch your both legs forward on the mat, ladder on your back. Bend your both knees at the joint. Keep your feet separate apart. And just crossing your right leg over the top of the left, hooking your toes into that right toes into that left calf muscles, and just bring your hands on the back of the head to press your knees towards the ground. To look over the right shoulder, stay. Just breathe. If you find harder to hook in like this, you can just keep it over the top and just try to press your knee towards the ground. Stay. You don't have to just try and hook it. If not happening, this is fine. You can stay here. Whatever makes it easy. Keeping that, if you find harder to hook in your toes into right toes into that calf muscles, you can just keep that toe ball over the left quad muscles. Just stress your knees towards the ground. Stay to look over the right shoulder. Stay. Just keep your eyes closed. For that extra assistance, you can just bring that left palm over the top of the right knee. Keep breathing. Inhaling back to the center. Exhaling, relax, please. Same way, once again, you can just cross in that leg to hook in that left toes into that. You need to lift that right foot up. You need to lift that right foot up to hook that left toes into that. Calves, inhale to exhale. Like this, twist. Or you can just release that leg to bring that knee. To press your right knee. To press your left knee with the right palm. To look over the other shoulder. Stay. Just breathe. Hold in here. Every breath will take you more internal, helps you find, connect with your own self. It's just a journey that you're moving in. Everything you do, if you're enjoying the journey, just breathe, just stay. Inhale, exhale. Now slowly moving back to the center, inhale, to exhaling, relax. Hugging your both knees to the chest tightly. Take a long deep breath, inhale and exhale. Slowly relax over here to stretch your legs forward on the mat into Shavasana. To breathe.